velocity from 3 meter per second to 7 meter per second. Find the magnitude of the applied force. The force acted on the body is 10 Newton. And the next question is, if the force was applied for the duration of 5 seconds, what would be the final velocity of the object? Here we have to change the t is equal to 5 seconds. When the time taken is 5 seconds, the final velocity will be 30 meter per second. Inertia. All objects have a tendency to resist the change in the state of motion or rest. This tendency is called inertia. All bodies do not have the same inertia. Inertia depends on the mass of a body. The mass of an object is the measure of its inertia. More the mass is, the more the inertia. Inertia of rest. An object stays at rest and it remains at rest until an external force affects it. For example, when a car accelerates, passengers may feel as though their bodies are moving backwards. In reality, inertia is making their bodies stay in pace as the car moves forward. Inertia of motion. An object will continue to be in motion until the force acts on it. For example, a hockey puck will continue to slide across the ice until acted upon by an outside force. Momentum. Impact produced by objects depend on their mass and velocity. The momentum of an object is defined as the product of its mass and velocity. P is equal to m into v. It has both direction and magnitude, so it's vector quantity. Newton's second law of motion. The rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of the force. Mathematical derivation of second law of motion. Force is directly proportional to mass into velocity minus mass into initial velocity by time. Force is directly proportional to mass into v minus u by t. So on. Force is directly proportional to ma. Here the formula is F is equal to K into m into a, where K is the proportionality constant and K is 1. So therefore the equation of force is mass into acceleration. Third law of motion. Newton's third law states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Action and reaction forces are equal, opposite and acting on different bodies. Now let us see a question. A truck starts from a standing start and goes downhill with constant acceleration. It covers a distance of 400 meters in 20 seconds. Let us find its acceleration. The acceleration of the body is 2 meters per second square. Find the force acting on it when its mass is 7 tons. So here they are given that its mass is equal to 7 tons, where 1 ton is equal to 1000 kilograms. So 7 tons is equal to 7000 kilograms. The force acting on the object is 14,000 Newton. A 1 kg stone is thrown at a speed of 20 meters per second over the surface frozen in the sea and stops after a distance of 50 meters. How big is the frictional force between stone and ice? Here they are given mass is equal to 4 kg. Here the acceleration of that stone is minus 4 meters per second square, and force is equal to mass into acceleration, where mass is equal to 1 kg and acceleration is equal to minus 4 and force is equal to minus 4 Newton. Thank you.